Hello guys and welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be showing you this 2020 Toyota Avalon. This one is the XSE trim, so I'm going to go ahead and show you the headlights, tail lights, and the interior lights of this Toyota Avalon 2020. So coming to the headlight actually has three reflectors, two reflectors for the low beam, one reflector for the high beam, and this is the turn signal. I like the fact that actually this is this amber plastic thing in front of the turn signal. Whenever you turn the turn signals, it looks really nice. I'm gonna go ahead and show it to you in a minute after I actually turn on the high beam. But the low beam are actually very nice and bright, and everything is actually LED right here. This one does not actually have fog lights, which is fine. Honestly, the brightness of those lights are actually very good. I'm gonna go ahead and show you the high beam and the low beam in a minute. But let me go ahead and turn on the high beam, and then I'll go ahead and turn on the turn signal so you guys see how they look like. So guys, I just turned on the high beam, and the high beam is this one right here. Of course, this is the low beam right here, and then the one all the way inside is going to be the high beam, and of course this is the turn signal. And the high beam is actually pretty bright. But let me go ahead and turn on the turn signal and show you how the turn signal look like. But on the side of the headlight, you will see actually a side marker right here to be able to see the car from the side, which is really nice. So I just turned on the turn signals, and the turn signals are actually LED as well. And right in front of the turn signal, there is this plastic amber light that is on. This car does not actually have daytime running light. This one is the XSE trim. I wish it had daytime running lights, but actually it does not. And on the mirrors, you will see turn signal indicators. Everything is LED on this car, which is very good. So guys, that's the low beam, and the low beam is actually pretty good. If you turn on the high beam actually points more up on the Corolla right there, and you could see actually the seats inside the car. Coming to the back of the Avalon, the taillights are actually full LED back here, and I really like the design of them. The reverse light and the turn signals are LED, but I like the fact that actually the taillights extends all the way to the side of the body. But coming to the license plate lights, they're not LED, but I like the fact that they're actually bright enough for you to see the ground. Come to the trunk is actually bright enough, even though the light is actually not LED, but there's actually a good amount of light basically covering everywhere back here. So on the door, there's going to be a light that will project some light on the ground for you to be able to see at night when it's dark, and it has a good amount of brightness on. So inside the Avalon, it looks really nice in here. Everything is nice and backlit. I really like the design of it, and I like the amount of lights in this car. But coming to the window switches and controls, everything is nice and backlit right here. You have the door lock and mirror controls, and in the bottom right here you'll have 4 buttons, and you will have the brightness control and the trip reset. Everything is nice and backlit. So right here, coming to the gauges are actually nice and well lit, and you could of course adjust the brightness. The brightness is actually not all the way up and not all the way down. This is the highest brightness right now, and the lowest brightness is actually pretty dim in here. The screen doesn't get dim, but the gauges, they do actually get dim. I would probably keep it around here. But coming to the steering wheel is actually nice and backlit. All the buttons are nice and backlit. Coming to the right, of course, you have your cruise control buttons and the radio controls right here. Everything is nice and backlit. But coming to the screen is actually very nice at night. It has lights right here on the left and right of it, and all the lights are actually backlit. Coming down to the climate control overall is actually backlit, but I found it to be a little bit hard to actually use this climate control overall. It's not because it's night, it's just the fact that there's so much buttons for the climate controls. Of course, you have your heated seats controls right here, and then you have the hazard button in the middle. There's actually a small light right inside here. Probably it's really hard to see, but in this small cubby right here, there is actually a light. It's really hard to see, but there's actually a blue light right inside, and actually in the bottom right here there is actually lights. It's really hard to see it with the camera, but overall the lights in this Avalon are actually really nice. Coming down to the gear shifter, everything is nice and labeled and backlit, and then down here you have a couple buttons that are backlit. But coming up here, you will have a couple buttons. You will have actually LED lights, which is very good, and it's expected in this car. They're actually very nice and bright. And then of course you have a couple more buttons, and you have your sunroof controls. But the amount of light in this Avalon is actually very good. I really like it. Coming to the middle console, the middle console actually has 3 USBs, and then it has this nice blue light inside of it. And actually the middle console is nice and deep, but everything is actually really nice in this car, and I really like it, and it feels really good in here. So coming to the back on the door, the window switch is actually backlit, and it has the automatic function. But coming inside, the lights are actually LED, and they're actually pretty bright, and they actually are doing a great job making the interior of this Avalon nice and bright. But the only thing I hate about those lights is that the actual buttons are not backlit, so you won't be able to see at night. Coming in the bottom right here, you will see 2 USBs, and those USBs are actually not backlit. I wish they were backlit. But other than that, the interior of this Avalon is actually really nice, and the lights are not too bright. They're just perfect. So guys, that's it for this video. I would like to thank Jay and One Toyota for providing me this Avalon. I'm gonna go ahead and put their link in the description below. And if you guys would like to see more videos like this, please subscribe. And as always, I'll see you next time.